我哋仲係咪 partner？
同佢合作咗155個星期，今次係第一次坐埋一齊。平時我哋唔多見面，因為人嘅感情係好難控制。最好嘅拍檔係唔應該有私人感情。
In 1997, the United Kingdom handed over the British colony of Hong Kong over to the People's Republic of China, an agreement over 100 years in the making since the British Opium Wars and ensuing imperial plunder. In this mediation between empire and statecraft, Hong Kong may appear to be decolonized, but was merely deterritorialized and re-territorialized, caught in a violent shuffling of globalization. As such, Hong Kong plays a central role in the social imaginary of the global city, from its corporate high-rises, iconic neon signs, and bustling film industry. The 1995 film Fallen Angel sequences this visuality of the global city with its pastiche of Hong Kong cinema, Hollywood blockbuster, and European art house. This combination of film genres reflects Hong Kong's hybrid formation, both film and city traversing the local and global, colonial and post-colonial, east and west. Thus, I affirm a postcolonial illuminography of the 1995 Hong Kong film Fallen Angels. A postcolonial illuminography surveys how urban lights map out a colonial symbolic order, situating the film within the colonial imaginary of the looming 1997 handover of Hong Kong. The beginning of the plot showcases a contracts killer and his partner's job routine. She processes his contracts and financial transactions, scouts his targets, even cleans his apartment, while he simply stalks and hunts his prey. The killer executes his targets with a professional dispassion, trading in his humanity for the aesthetic spectacle of mass murder. His partner reserves a similarly cool content, referring to her scouting as visiting friends. They speak mainly in narration, as if speaking to no one, with a sense of remove and dead affect. They are Hong Kong's fallen angels, spiritual messengers in a technological age, the lost voices of a dead god. The dead affect of late capitalism is experienced by the modern city's relentless assault on the senses, desensitizing its inhabitants to the impersonality of mass consumerism. It is as if the neon nightscape of overwhelms city dwellers with a blasé attitude of radical isolation, runaway consumption, and spatial estrangement. The killer and his partner are disaffected by artificial radiance, just as they are disaffected by the necro-economy of dead bodies and dirty money. They are Hong Kong's angels of death, necrotariats who work via the labor power of killing, their victims attaining market value through the accumulation of their corpses. The film visualizes a neon noir Hong Kong, a nocturnal dystopia automated by artificial lighting and lurking with a criminal underbelly. The spectacle of neon lights reflects the city's hybridity, images that range from Cantonese, English, and iconographic signs, wiring together an urban mediascape of local tradition and modernization. The neon nightscape, like the killer's contracts, are all arranged, planned, and outlined. When they traverse through illuminated nightlife, they do not move through, but are rather moved by the city, just as Hong Kong is moved by the electrical currents of global capital. Hong Kong is where these angels are condemned. They are placeless, transient, in vertigo, fallen from enlightenment into colonial damnation. Their blasé attitude and deathly labor reaches its conclusion when the killer terminates their partnership after she admits to having romantic feelings for him. In late capitalism, work overrides any human relationality. All relationships are contractual. In return, as if to test his unwavering devotion to business, she asks him for a small favor, to which he agrees. The scene then cuts to the killer's partner phoning in an order.
我想幫我朋友登個廣告，要頭條。
She is either hiring the killer to execute a hit so large in scale that it will feature on the front page of newsprints, in other words, a job that faces certain death, or she is calling someone to ambush her friend as he carries out her last favor. Either way, her lovesick vengeance and his mortal fates are sealed when he gets caught in a crossfire of bullets. It is uncertain as to why the killer chose to perform this last favor. His casual admittance that, I don't know why I agreed, probably because it's a last favor, hints at how his emotional disaffection prevents him from reading his own intentionality. And so, like the 1997 handover of Hong Kong, he must simply resign to his fate. He gives into deathly labor because labor and death is all he knows. Hong Kong is re-territorialized as a colony because colonialism frames the limits of our social imaginary. After the death of the killer, his former partner sits at a restaurant ingesting cigarettes and noodles, her face blank and disassociated. She hitches a ride home with a stranger, as they wind down the flood-lit tunnels, with their moments of sociality, silent and fleeting. As a puff of cigarette smoke rises from the tunnels into the morning sky, the film ends with a panning, low-angle shot of the Hong Kong skyscrapers, gazing from the depths of colonial damnation up to the corporate technoscape of globalization. Monuments to a dead god, illuminated with dead light.